We ended up in the same singles ward over here in Logan, and when I met her, she was a good friend. I always invited her over for different things, but her and her roommate never wanted to come. We finally convinced her that she, to come over and watch a movie and stuff, and then I asked her out on our first date, and the rest is history.
The first time that I remember meeting him was at the singles ward in our hometown, Tremont, and we were partners in this game, and it was called Lovers Leap, and that was the first time that I ever really remember meeting him. But
on our first date, Tyann and I asked her out on a Tuesday night, and then we were going to go on Friday night on our date. We ended up going up Logan Canyon. And
had made us tinfoil dinners, and he had prepared all this stuff, and he texted me and asked me what my favorite drink was, and I told him it was Coke, and I think he was really surprised because he didn't think that I drank Coke or something. But I told him Coke, so he got some bottles of Mexican Coke, and that was fun.
And I asked her if she'd ever tried it, and she's like, no, I've never tried it. And so I got it for her, got it for both of us, and we just ended up having a good time. We talked all late, and just ended up enjoying the night around the campfire.
Dutch oven, and I was really impressed because it was super good. Except for he forgot to bring chairs, and so I had to sit on the cooler. And it was funny, but it was a good first date. So.
Our first kiss was, I think it was the 18th of October, a day after my birthday. And we had hung out on my birthday, and later I found out that she was actually going to give me a birthday kiss, but she was too scared. And then the next day we ended up coming and having a walk after dinner, and we walked down to the temple and we kind of talked and chatted about dating, and then we ended up coming to the conclusion that we both wanted to date each other. And so then I was like, okay, I got the go-ahead, right? And so anyways, as I was walking her home that night, I got to her doorstep and gave her a hug and gave her a kiss too. So.
And then we were coming home from our date, and he was dropping me off at the doorstep, and I honestly didn't think that he would probably kiss me, but he did, and it was a cute little romantic doorstep goodnight kiss, and it was perfect. So
my favorite thing about Tyann is she is just easygoing. Like she just is able to go to do different things, and she's so well-rounded in so many different areas that I fell in love with her. Like, I always wanted a girl that could play sports and was outdoors and all that stuff.
There's lots of things that I love about Trevor. He is so romantic, and he will come and bring me little treats at work. One time he came through the drive-thru and he sent me in a candy bar through the tube into the drive-thru and just had a little note on it, and he's always doing stuff like that, like leaving a note on my car. One morning he went out and scraped my windows for me when it was snowy, and he's super thoughtful and always thinking of things to do for me that are nice, and he's funny and charming, and oh, he's just great. So.
The greatest part about her is her smile. Like, when I see her, I light up and she lights up. It's just the greatest. When I see her every day, she has to work 10 hours a day, and so when she comes home and I see her for the first glimpse and she has that beautiful smile, I just get excited.
So we had talked about marriage, and we knew that we wanted to get married, but we didn't ever really talk about when it was going to be, and so I had no idea that he had gone and talked to my dad or bought a ring. I knew that he had looked at rings, but he told me he needed to save for a while and that it was probably going to be a few weeks, and I was like kind of disappointed, but I was okay with it.
I never thought this day would actually happen, the day I'd go to the jeweler and pick out a ring for a girl I was going to marry. And I actually went with my dad to go ring shopping. Went down to Needham Jewelers here in Logan, and I basically had picked out the ring. After I had it, I was so excited, like I couldn't even stand it. I had to keep pulling it out and looking at it and thinking if this was real or not, or I wasn't sure what to do. But that was Tuesday, and I ended up asking her to marry me on Friday.
So Friday night, and I had been working all day, and I got off at 7 o'clock, and we went to the temple to do a session together. And afterwards, we were walking out, and he had his temple bag in his hand, and he asked me to hold it for him, and so he tied his shoe, and I was like, sure. So I grabbed his temple bag and took a couple of steps in front of him, and I turned around to wait for him, and he was on one knee, and he had the ring box open. And I probably stood there for like 30 seconds just with my mouth open because I didn't know what to say because I was so surprised.
She had no idea it was coming, so it was a surprise to her. And then I didn't remember if she said yes. After I hugged her, I said, "Did you say yes?" Because I don't even remember.
I was so surprised, but it was great, and I said yes.
I see us starting a family and starting out our lives working towards an eternal family. It's both of our priorities is to do that and just enjoy spending time together, camping in the summer times, vacationing, road trips, just enjoying time.
So in 10 years, I hope that we'll finally be done with school, and hopefully Trevor will have a really sweet job, and maybe we'll even have a couple of kids, I don't know, and we'll just be really super happy together, I hope.
Sweetheart, I love you so much. You're the greatest. You're the love of my life. I don't know where I'd be without you. You've brought so much joy and happiness into my life that I could never repay you or repay you for what you've done for me. You're the greatest person in the world, and I'll love you forever.
Trevor, I'm so excited to be married to you. You're my best friend and the best thing that's ever happened to me, and I know that getting married to you is the best thing that I could ever do, and I love you so much, and I'm super excited. Love you.